not just asking for your help. We are inviting you to celebrate courage, to celebrate healing, to celebrate every child who's walked through the doors of Primary Children's Hospital and every miracle that's happened inside.
He went into septic shock and Dr. Nielsen literally brought him back to life.
Every child here has a story, and every story is worth celebrating.
I love Primary Children's Hospital. It's the hospital I've grown up in.
And when you need it, it is fantastic.
From the tiniest babies to the toughest teens, Primary Children's is here for every step, every heartbeat, every celebration.
So just knowing that you have a whole team to help you and support you is giving me also a lot of hope.
Behind every child's smile is a team of experts, a community of support, and a hospital that believes every kid deserves a chance to grow up.
To be able to sit there and talk to a geneticist and a plastic surgeon and a neurosurgeon.
I wish I could hug all of these scientists and researchers and doctors that make this all happen.
The care of the nurses, the doctors, everyone around was just, it's hard to put into words.
So today, let's celebrate the victories, big and small. Let's celebrate the kids who inspire us. And let's make sure the next child who needs a miracle gets one. Now is your chance to donate, because every child deserves a reason to celebrate.
Good afternoon. It's great to be out here in the plaza. We got a party going on, don't we?
I know. You got music, you got it all.
We got it all. All right, welcome to the Primary Children's Hospital Give-A-Thon here. I'm Mike Hedrick alongside Deanie Wimmer. We got Debbie Worthen and Kevin Eubank here as well.
This all day we've been raising money for the hospital, and we've seen so much generosity. It's so heartening to see that. And we're not done. We're just getting started out here right now. We are so excited, and we hope that you'll continue giving.
That's right, and I hope you can tell that our theme is Let's Celebrate, because that's exactly how it feels out here on the plaza today.
That's right. Guys, you can give in so many different ways. You can call the number on your screen, you can use the QR code, or visit KSLkids.com and donate. Every dollar matters. Every dollar goes to the hotel or to the hospital, and it makes a huge, huge difference.
And you can double the gift, double the hope. Call 801-KSL-KIDS if you'd like to donate, and visit KSLkids.com, or you can scan the QR code to donate as well.
There is no better way to celebrate than by giving. So let's do that, and let's make it happen. This has been a tradition that we just love. The Give-A-Thon has been for the last 49 years. It's a tradition that we cherish taking part of. 49 years, it's been a staple on the radio. For the past 42 years, it's been part of your television experience. In recent years, stations like FM 100, 103.5 The Arrow, and the KSL Sports Zone have been proudly joining the effort. Together, we have raised nearly $61 million. It's a cause that we are deeply honored to support because of the incredible work that's being done at the Primary Children's Hospital. And this, I can say, is a day that we look forward to every year. Every year we get to feel like we are part of something that is important. We know that the work helps children and helps people in our community, and that is why we look forward to this every year, and we love and hope that you will join with us. You always do, and we hope that will continue. Kevin, let's go to the phone banks and see how things are going there.
Thanks a lot, Deanie. It's a whole lot quieter in here as our volunteers are standing by to take your phone calls, accept your donations. In years past, we had telephones that were ringing. All of our volunteers now have headsets, so it's quiet as they're taking those donations and getting them processed. But what can you do? You can call us directly, 801-575-5437. That's 801-KSL-KIDS. You can also scan the QR code right there on the screen and make your donation. Every dollar counts. And it's amazing the work that's done at Primary Children's Hospital, not just for Utah kids, but kids from all around the Intermountain West come to this specialty hospital, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, the totals, they just keep coming in. We're going to go to Mike and Deanie, who are going to give us an idea about what we're dealing with regarding how much money's come in and how much money we need. It just keeps on going. Guys, tell us about the total.
All right, let's talk about this, Kevin, because it is time to see where we are. All right, the drummer, I'm in front of it right now. So you go on that side, I'll go on this side, and let's see what the total is. Here we go. Is it going to, there we go. Here, $253,525. All right, very good.
That is so exciting.
Okay.
It's heartening, and again, we have been seeing this kind of generosity, hearing it on the radio, seeing it on TV. So happy to be a part of it. we just want it to keep going.
Yeah, we do. Let's head on over to Debbie Worthen right now. Debbie, you're sitting down with a remarkable person right now, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we have Marin with us. So Marin was involved in a terrible accident 4 years ago, and it was something that ultimately shaped her future. So Marin, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were just 13 when you were hit by a car. Can you take us back to that day and kind of what you remember, and then what you remember about the hospital?
Yeah. Well, I remember I was just crossing the road per usual. When I was hit, I don't really remember much.
So you, 7th grade, is that how old you were? 7th, 8th grade?
Yeah.
8th grade. Were you walking home from school, or?
It was at a party, a Halloween party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking home, and what happened?
I was just crossing the street to get to my mom's car. I think I looked across the street, and then I turned around to give my mom a hug. And then by the time I crossed again, I didn't look a second time, just seconds away, but I did not see a car coming.
All right, so what is the next thing you remember?
So the next thing I remember is being transferred into an MRI machine. I just remember that briefly. And then I remember...
So were you confused? Were you scared? Like, what are you thinking at that moment?
I just remember thinking my back hurt.
Okay.
I know the neck brace was really like rubbing on some cuts I had. I remember taking that off, asking to take that off. They wouldn't let me.
But I'm guessing you don't remember the crash itself.
Nope.
You just woke up in the hospital and you're in tests. Okay. All right, and then what?
And then I remember I was in like a waiting room. It was playing the Dodger game, and then they transferred me to a permanent room in the neurotrauma unit, and that's where I stayed for the rest of the time at the hospital.
So what would you say your time at the hospital was like, and how long were you there?
I was there for about a week.
It's a long time for a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, it could have been. It definitely felt a little bit stressful, but I think that the nurses and like the administrators there, they all just made it much more like caring. I felt really cared for, and it was a great environment to heal in, honestly.
So now you are on the Youth Advisory Council at Primary Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
What is that about?
So the Youth Advisory Council is a group of patients from the hospital, either like past or present, and we get together once a month to just try and make the hospital a better place for other kids like us. So we've like helped the teen room at the hospital so other kids can go there. We've contributed to the decorations of that a lot, like kind of the things they have in there for someone to just go and calm down. We've even revised the menu a little bit so that
that's
they can
great.
get
Well,
the
and you've lived it. You were there.
Yeah.
So you know about that.
So, yeah.
Okay, so what would you tell people if they're on the fence, like, oh, should I donate, should I not? What would you tell them? How important is it?
I would definitely say find something that you can give to Primary Children's, because I don't know, it just, one of my favorite parts about being in the hospital was, since I was around Halloween, the volunteers would come in with their little carts and they would bring me like activities I could do. So they brought me a pumpkin once that I could paint on.
Oh, that's great.
It was super fun. And I was just so grateful that Primary Children's had the opportunity to be able to give these things to their patients. And I just feel really lucky. And
that you were in such great care.
That I was in such great care.
And now you get to kind of pass that on. So thank you so much. Okay, well, I'm sure you have a very bright future. We're so glad that you're doing that and glad that you joined us here today. All right, let's check back in with Mike and Deanie.
Quite the inspiration. All right, thank you, Debbie. Now let's welcome a very talented young man from season 16 of The Voice.
Talon Carden brings his powerful voice and heartfelt songwriting to help us make a difference. Talon is here with us in the studio right now. It has been so fun to watch the success you've had and what you've done with your talents. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Super happy to be here and be a part of the Give-A-Thon and support the Primary Children's Hospital and all the kids there.
You've used your music and your songwriting before to help people. Tell us why that's important to you.
I think music is the one thing that can connect us all, the one universal language we can all, relate and connect to. So I think it's super special that I can be able to, write and make music and have people feel something from that or relate in some type of way.
For people who are out there waiting to donate, it can be important to have a sense of community, and that's what you do with your music. What can you tell people who are thinking about donating right now?
I think the best thing you can do is as a community and as Utah, I think we are all about, loving one another here. And I think there's no better way to build a community than to all come together and donate to a great cause such as the Primary Children's Hospital.
All right, so Talon, you got a guitar in your hand, so I'm assuming you're going to do something for us today, right?
I'm gonna play you a little something. I am working on recording an album right now. Just dropped my first single a couple weeks ago.
Really?
So if you want to go check that out on streaming platforms, Talon Cardin. The song's called Ghost.
Okay.
But I'm gonna play not Ghost, actually another song I'm recording on the album that'll come out in the next couple months here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's do it. Look at you, look at us, look at every single flower I bought. Such a waste of a vase, watch the petals as they fall on a countertop. Leave a note on the wall, and I even drew a little heart. And just for you, I do it all for you. You said if I did these things, it would change your mind and you'd stay. But it ain't fixing nothing. Everything's still the same, and you're still gone at the end of the day. And I was wrong to thinking that would make you wanna stay. Now I sit and wonder if you had your mind made on giving up. Or were the flowers just not enough?
All right, welcome back, everyone. When you give at Primary Children's Hospital, you're not just making a donation here, really, and I think we've all seen it. You are changing lives.
That's absolutely right. And joining us right now is Stephen Finkelstein. He is the principal Gifts Officer with Intermountain Foundation. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
This is a real and lasting impact when we talk about the donations that come in here. Talk to us about the kind of inspiration that you see on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's a very humbling job to be at the hospital. Walking around, you see all sorts of vignettes of life, some of the lowest lows and highest highs, and all of it knowing that it depends so much on philanthropy, the dollars given today and across the year to really help people reach the fullest expression of healthcare opportunity they can is something that is just energizing, humbling, something that really makes it a meaningful day to wake up every day.
A lot of people question, hey, when I donate money, when I give the money, where exactly does it go? Do you have any examples of that?
Absolutely. A lot of places you might think, cancer care, cardiovascular care. The big one right now that we're focusing on is behavioral health, pediatric behavioral health. You might have heard, but Utah youth suicide is the number one leading cause of death for Utah youth. We live in a place called the Suicide Belt that extends up into Utah. And so a lot of your philanthropic dollars right now are supporting our efforts and really addressing that immense need and pushing where we can go with behavioral health care so that we're offering it for everybody who needs it at the fullest expression of that kind of care.
I know at your level you see this a lot. When you walk into the hospital, they're not going to ask you how you're going to pay for this. It's a place where families don't have to worry about that in their most dire times. You take care of that.
We do, yeah. We have a program called Charity Care. It's completely supported by philanthropy, and if somebody is not able to pay, if they are in a position where it's a financial burden on them, they could apply for assistance, and we make sure that no child is turned away because of cost for not getting the care that they need.
What would you say to someone who's thinking, okay, I think I want to give, I'm not sure if I want to give. What would you say to them right now who may be on the fence?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we are building the nation's model healthcare system for children. So not only is everything that you're going to give today helping children here in Utah, but we're doing it across the Intermountain West, and we want to be the beacon of hope for all healthcare systems on how we're supposed to be doing it right by children. So not only will your donation help the children that are out here in Intermountain West and Utah, but also children across the country and across the world.
Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. And really, every dollar makes a difference. That's what we've been hearing from you, and that's what we've been reporting on really as long as we've been partners with you guys in this whole thing. We've seen it firsthand, so thank you.
Love
we
being
appreciate
part of
it.
it. Yeah, thank you. All right, Kevin, let's go to you.
Thanks a lot, guys. It is incredible what Primary Children's does for our community, for our kids. Right now, we've got a match going on, so every dollar you donate gets doubled because of the generous match. Look at our volunteers who are here. They're taking your calls. They're online processing your donations. You can pick up the phone right now. Call 801-575-5437, or you can scan the QR code in the corner of your screen or go to KSLkids.com. Already raised $250,000 just today because of your generous donations, and you can make it doubled right now because of that match. So every donation matters, and it is incredible the kind of care that the facility at Primary Children's offers our kids. And you know what? It's also amazing. They're constantly growing. They're constantly expanding their services to try to make it better for the kids and the families who need that critical care. Debbie's talking with a special guest who can tell us more about a new facility at Primary Children's.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Intermountain Children's Health is expanding critically needed mental health services for children and teens in crisis in a new behavioral health center, which will open in Taylorsville in September. Dr. Annie Deming is a psychologist and the behavioral health clinical director at Intermountain Primary Children's Hospital, here to tell us all about it. First of all, thank you for joining us today. Tell us about this new facility in Taylorsville and how badly something like this is needed in our community.
Yeah, we are so excited about the new facility. It's a 3-story building that'll have all of our services under one roof. We're adding services, including a walk-in crisis center, which is open 24 hours a day. Families can come anytime they need to, and they'll get the help they need right away.
We're looking at some video of when this was under construction, and September 1st, that's right around the corner. Why is this center so important?
Our youth mental health need is really
skyrocketing, isn't it?
It is. Yep, it is.
I mean, did it start in COVID and it's just continued to soar since then, or kind of what is the trend that you've seen?
Yeah, so COVID certainly had an impact. Also, we are learning a lot more about mental health, and so we know better when kids need help, and we're identifying that earlier on. And then social media does have a big role to play as well.
Oh, it sure does. I'm just so curious to see how that plays out over the next few years, what we decide to do with that with our kids. Now, what programs will be offered at this new facility? Is it just for kids? Is it for teens? Is it for entire families?
Yeah, it's for all kids of all ages. So anywhere from, basically birth to 18. We also will have just all of the services under one roof. So we have an inpatient unit where kids can stay overnight if they really need stabilization. We have day programs, so kids can come during the day and they get both school and treatment, and then they go home at night. We have an outpatient clinic, so that's kind of your traditional once-a-week therapy, and then the walk-in crisis center. We also will house our intake team, which families can call in and get information about what they should do. We also have a stabilization and mobile response team that will be housed in that building, but they are deployed out to homes as
I've
well as...
I've heard all about that
yes,
program, which is incredible. Wow, so much help for the families out there. So we want to go back over to Deanie. Thank you so much for coming in, telling us about this. I can't wait to see that new facility. I have kids, little kids. I also have teenagers, and mental health is a huge concern. Let's go over to Deanie and see what she's talking about now. Deanie?
Hey, thank you, Debbie. One thing that's important to remember is that when you're donating to Primary Children's Hospital, you're not only helping young patients, you're helping their whole family. And I have a compelling story of a family for you next. When Jill and Chris Bowman learned that their son had Down syndrome, they were ready, they were prepared for the challenges ahead, but nothing could prepare them for the life-threatening diagnosis that followed. It was a rare condition called fetal hydrops. And what came next was a race against time, a groundbreaking surgery, and a family's unwavering support to save their baby boy.
Whit is the fighter, obviously.
Everybody fights over him. Everybody fights for his attention.
Jill had been followed by some of our colleagues in maternal fetal medicine at the university. She was known to have a high-risk pregnancy. They had identified some concerns for Whit's development.
You know, we kind of get the diagnosis of the Down syndrome, and we're just thinking, okay, we're gonna do this.
Whit had developed serious life-threatening complications. He had a diagnosis called fetal hydrops, and this was due to fluid buildup in both of his lungs, and this was essentially causing heart failure.
I go in just for a routine maternal fetal scan, and they tell us that he has fetal hydrops.
I didn't know what hydropic meant, or fetal hydrops, or edema, pleural effusions, ascites. Those are all the things that they said. So I'm writing this stuff down, and as we're on the phone, I'm Googling what they mean. And you realize really quickly how grave the situation is.
A serious condition that if we don't do anything, he'll pass away. Essentially, all of his vital organs would be crushed by the fluid.
It was a heavy situation, and so, one thing that I know that I felt and that Jill felt was a stewardship, and that we wanted to make the right choice.
We had one night to think about it, and I just said to Chris, if it were any of our other kids, we would do anything that we needed to do to save him.
And we were really pleased to see how well he responded following the shunt placement, that he had a complete resolution of the fetal high drops, improvement in his cardiac function. And so when he was born, he was able to be handed off to our subspecialists in the NICU and the care of the pediatric surgery team.
And the day he was born, I remember thinking, okay, we made it past this step. He's here now. And now he's in the care of the best professionals.
Having the fetal center readily available to us, that was a huge, huge blessing.
Before we had the fetal center, had these issues been identified for Jill and baby Whit, there really wouldn't have been options. And so the fact that we can keep families home, provide comprehensive fetal complex delivery and postnatal surgical care is wonderful.
162 days in the NICU can really wear on you emotionally, can wear on your family, that our boys never were able to meet him. And so when he finally came home, I remember the next morning, the first thing, our boys
What do you think, guys?
jumped out of bed and they're in bed with us because Whit was in our room, and they just wanted to see their little brother.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
The nurses, the care, we truly felt like he was in hands of family there.
They've battled for their baby, both in utero and in the postnatal course. And to see him smiling and doing so well, enjoying life, and seeing his whole family thrive, it's everything.
I always use Jill's phrase, she said it best. After he was born, she said, he's everything I never knew I needed. And that's pretty much sums up who Whit is.
That's what your money does. That's who your donations help. Incredible. Within the walls of Primary Children's Hospital, something remarkable happens each and every day. Children who arrive as patients often leave as something much, much more. Your donations make it all possible. Take a look at how the hospital has impacted these kids.
Battery's good. Go and turn it on, make sure it cycles correctly.
Primary Children's Hospital. I've been to a couple other hospitals and there's none quite like it, I'd say. I definitely I love Primary Children's Hospital. It's the hospital I've grown up in.
For Henry, who received 2 kidney transplants, his medical journey sparked a desire to become an EMT.
Throughout all my experiences, I really just, I think I kind of know what it's like, and I want to go help people. And I feel like with me, having the experiences I do, I can sympathize with a lot of people and help them through what they're going through.
Dad, you tweet with me.
Okay, let's go. Edison Dunn, born with Abert syndrome, has undergone countless surgeries. His family found more than medical care at Primary Children's Hospital.
We've created so many relationships there, and it's a place of peace. Certainly we go there for surgery and things that we don't look forward to those things, but what we do is that we know that it's a safe place.
For Olivia, diagnosed with leukemia at 14, her experience opened new horizons.
I think just kind of living through this medical journey, I get to see all the other occupations people have, and it kind of opens my horizon of things I'd want to potentially do, and I think medical is that path.
This is the ripple effect of Primary Children's Hospital. Children who once needed healing become healers themselves. Families who receive support offer empathy and support to others. Your donation to the hospital doesn't just provide medical care, it creates future caregivers, advocates, and champions who will change countless lives tomorrow. This is the true legacy of Primary Children's Hospital.
I love this. Just think about in the last 30 minutes here, how many stories we've seen, how many photos, how many lives have been changed that we've been able to witness here through those interviews. It's been incredible. And I think all of us, to some degree, have some kind of connection to Primary Children's Hospital, whether it be personal, whether it be somebody else we know. I've had 2 of my children who have been there and have been treated by the great doctors and nurses and the specialists who are up there. They save lives. They change lives up there.
They do. And that's the one thing I love about being a part of this is you get to see these families, meet some of these families and patients, and I leave inspired and grateful. I'm just grateful that we have this, grateful that my family's healthy, grateful that they've seen the success that they have, and I hope that we can all take that gratitude and help continue it on.
Well, and looking at the family whose son was in the NICU for 162 days, can you even imagine that? And to walk out feeling like this is family, extended family, taking care of your baby.
That's right. And what I love seeing is we see the stories, the heartbreak when you're going through it at the hospital, but the miracles that are here today, walking around, hugging, saying hello, seeing caregivers that took care of them. There's another side of primary. There's the inside, but then when you're done with treatment, you're on the outside. It gives you a whole new appreciation.
That's why you love to be part of this community. And I don't just mean community part of the hospital, the bigger community that our state has as a benefit from this hospital.
And that's why the donations from all of you at home are so important to keep things operating up there and provide the services that they do right now. So, should we get to it, Deanie?
Let's get to it. I love it. Let's get out of the way so they can see what our grand total is. We're past $268,000.
There we go.
That is awesome.
Yes. That's incredible. We will be back at 6 o'clock. Keep those donations coming. Let's keep that number moving on up.
Okay, QR code on your screen. You can also call 801 KSL Kids. That's 801-575-5437. Phone banks are open. I see some people talking, but some aren't. So we'll see in a few minutes.
See you bet.
Today, we're not just asking for your help, we are inviting you to celebrate courage, to celebrate healing, to celebrate every child who's walked through the doors of Primary Children's Hospital and every miracle that's happened inside.
He went into septic shock and Dr. Nilsson literally brought him back to life.
Every child here has a story, and every story is worth celebrating.
I love Primary Children's Hospital. It's the hospital I've grown up in.
And when you need it, it is fantastic.
From the tiniest babies to the toughest teens, Primary Children's is here for every step, every heartbeat, every celebration.
So just knowing that you have a whole team to help you and support you is giving me also a lot of hope.
Behind every child's smile is a team of experts, a community of support, and a hospital that believes every kid deserves a chance to grow up.
To be able to sit there and talk to a geneticist and a plastic surgeon and a neurosurgeon.
I wish I could hug all of these scientists and researchers and doctors that make this all happen.
The care of the nurses, the doctors, everyone around was just, it's hard to put into words.
So today, let's celebrate the victories, big and small. Let's celebrate the kids who inspire us. And let's make sure the next child who needs a miracle gets one. Now is your chance to donate, because every child deserves a reason to celebrate.
Good evening. For 49 years now, KSL has stood alongside this community to support the life-changing work at Primary Children's Hospital through our annual Give-A-Thon. I'm Mike Hedrick, joined by Deanie Wimmer. We have Debbie Worthen and Kevin Eubank here as well. We are honored to continue that tradition tonight.
This year's theme is Let's Celebrate, and we're celebrating the strength of these kids, the dedication of their caregivers, and the generosity of people like you.
Every child at Primary Children's has a story. Some are fighting battles no child should ever face. But tonight, you can be the reason they keep fighting.
That's exactly right. Your donation isn't just a number, it's a lifeline. And right now, thanks to Sugar House Industries, every dollar you give in the next 30 minutes will be matched.
That's a big deal. That means your 100 becomes 200 for the kids at the hospital. It's easy to give. Just call 801 KSL Kids. That's 801-575-5437. You can visit kslkids.com or scan the QR code to donate instantly.
So for the next hour, let's double the impact and double the reason to celebrate.
You'll see we have plenty to celebrate as we introduce you tonight to some of the amazing kids and caregivers from the hospital.
And if you're looking for a simple way to make a big impact all year long, consider becoming a Smile Maker. What is a Smile Maker? It's easy. You just sign up to give a recurring monthly gift of $15 or more for at least a year. That monthly donation, it helps kids at Primary Children's Hospital every single day. And we've made it super simple. You just head to kslkids.com to get started. No matter how much you give, you can give feeling good knowing that your donation is going to a truly meaningful cause. Because 100% of the money that we receive stays here locally to help children at Primary Children's Hospital. Thank you for stepping up and making a difference. Every dollar, every penny, it all adds up. When you become a Smile Maker, you're joining a special group of people who care deeply about our community.
Yeah, Smile Makers is proudly sponsored by J&J Garden Center in Layton, its valued community partner in supporting children's health. Earlier today, they surprised us with a $15,000 donation. There's a growing challenge here facing families across Utah. Autism diagnosis and care. Primary Children's Hospital stepping up here, bridging critical gaps in support for children and families, trying to navigate this complex condition.
The hospital is expanding its specialized services to meet an urgent need. This next story focuses on one family's journey and how targeted, compassionate care can transform lives.
Primary Children's is in a unique position to make a real difference in autism care. As a full-service children's hospital, we are a family's only option for overall care, providing multidisciplinary diagnostic evaluation and services.
The prevalence of autism is 1 in 36 children, which translates to 200 million children worldwide, and that's 25,000 children right here in Utah. We know there's a limited capacity of providers that can diagnose autism and evaluate developmental disabilities, and there's a staffing shortage.
To fill these care gaps, we must do two things: expand access to diagnosis and developmental follow-up care, such as applied behavioral analysis, and establish programs, especially severe behavior services, for our most complex cases.
Autism is a neurodevelopmental disability. It's a brain-based condition. And this condition manifests in differences in behavior. So they may have differences or they may have challenges in the way that they interact or relate to other people in social situations. They may have some reliance on routines or even display repetitive behaviors like speech. They may also have very focused interests that they think a lot about.
I like to love a guitar. Brushes and bottle, like a bear store. That is cool.
Hey, Lily.
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to see you.
First issues that we had to overcome with Lily was anxiety. Massive, debilitating anxiety. It was really preventing her from being who she is. And I have found that the care providers here had such a focus on the job not being to hide who Lily is and not change her personality, but to remove the anxiety so that she could shine, so that we could get to see who the real Lily is.
It's amazing having someone in your house that sees a world differently than you do, because we all tend to see it the same. She's taught us how to see love. She's taught us how to care about people. She's taught us about what's important. She's
a gift.
She's a gift, yeah.
People with autism, if they meet a world that is accepting and accommodating, they can experience true joy.
Ah, this is so amazing. Many of you know my son is also autistic, and Lily's journey has touched so many hearts. From moments of uncertainty to milestones of hope, she and her family have faced it all with incredible strength. Tonight, Lily and her mom are here with us to share what this journey has meant to them. So, Lily, let's start with you. First of all, when you think about everything that you've been through, is there a moment that stands out, something that makes you realize that you're really proud of yourself?
Yeah. I was like 1 year old, I had to get surgery on Halloween because I didn't eat that much, and basically I got surgery. Basically a G tube that feeds me at night. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like really cool just having a G tube. The funny thing is, like, if people say, "Oh, what's that?" I'd be like, show them, be like, "Oh, it's a G tube." People think, "What is that?"
And it's like, "Oh, she's so well
spoken.
spoken."
Like, what is that? I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, wow, we've had that for a long time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And
I think the hardest day for me is something I've shared only with not that many people, but there was a time where we were at a performance, and the performers were all people of varying ages that had Down syndrome. And this entire auditorium was filled, and they were just cheering for these amazing performers. They were doing a musical, and I was out in the hall with Lily, getting through some really difficult moments. And in that moment, in my heart, I thought, who's going to cheer for my daughter? She's probably not. I didn't anticipate this experience for her. I didn't think that she would be able to be in front of people. And it made me realize we were going to need to start building a different kind of community for her.
And I think for me, one thing that's been challenging with a child with autism is it is an invisible disability. So you don't have that rallying that maybe some of those disabilities that are so visual seem to get. So you have moments at an airport or at school or the grocery store that can be more challenging. But Lily, I loved how you said before we went on camera, and I totally believe this, is you actually think your autism is really cool. And I heard one girl say that if someone got rid of her autism, it would take away everything that's unique and cool about her. And I feel like you just amplify that as well.
Yeah, because like having autism, like there's always people at school like, hi Lily, hi. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a normal girl.
Yes.
Like, you don't need to treat me different because people treat our people different. Like you should only treat them like a little bit, like say, oh, I'm using an elevator, do that. But just like don't treat them like you're 5 years old when you're 25.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing that you guys don't know is that Lily is a big Swiftie. And we were bonding over our love for Taylor Swift, and we're both wearing our pink lover era
it's like
outfits.
The heart.
The hearts. Yeah, that's so great. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, anytime.
And we love these stories like this. We want to check in with Kevin, and we're going to get some pictures, so we'll post those online as well. But Kevin, let's get those phones ringing. What's going on at the food bank?
Thanks a lot, Debbie, and beautiful Lily. What a great job. What a great story. Our phones are open right now, and every dollar that you donate is going to get matched. Our volunteers are standing by. Our match is being provided by Sugar House Industries. Your $1 becomes $2, your $50 becomes $100. You can pick up the phone right now and call 801-575-5437. If you'd like to just do it online, you can scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen. Go to kslkids.com. Again, 100% of the proceeds from these donations go right to the hospital. It is amazing the care that's happening at the hospital, and it really is because of your generosity. Everybody has a primary children's story, whether it's in your family, your neighborhood. Everybody's been impacted by this incredible facility, and it's because of your donations they can do the work they can do. So please pick up the phone, hop online, make the donation today. It makes every bit of the difference. So Mike and Deanie, let's talk more about what's going on at the hospital.
Yeah, we echo everything you said there, Kevin. Thank you. KSL TV, along with KSL Radio, FM 100, The Arrow, and our KSL Sports Zone have been raising money all day long here for the hospital. And now it's time to see exactly where we are.
Let's see it. The moment of truth right here. I love it.
There you go.
To see it total $286,000 and more. Every hour, we love to see that grow, and it's so encouraging. Thank you for your generosity.
All right, so we're not done here, are we?
No, we're just getting started. You know, we talked about how the theme is Let's Celebrate. Well, we're definitely doing that. There is a party on the plaza. We've got a band. We've got face painting, all kinds of fun things, and we'll be back with more.
Life is a highway. I wanna ride it. If you're going my way, I wanna try it all night long. Yeah, life is a highway. I wanna try it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna try it all night long.
Welcome back. Today we are proud to celebrate Primary Children's Hospital and support the incredible work they do. We're doing that by raising funds for the children they care for, and we invite you to join us in making a difference. Your donation can absolutely help save lives.
It's great to hear this chatter behind us, isn't it?
It's encouraging.
Yeah, it certainly is. Did you know last year alone, the hospital's cancer clinic treated over 2,600 young patients, with many children needing multiple visits each and every month? That added up to nearly 11,000 appointments throughout the year, an average of 44 patients every single day. Now, thanks to groundbreaking advances in treatment, 85% of children diagnosed with cancer now survive at least 5 years, a remarkable improvement from the 58% survival rate in the mid-1970s. So let's keep that progress going. Together, we can bring hope and healing to even more children. All right, let's head on over to Debbie right now in Studio 5. And Debbie, you got quite the story there, don't you?
Yeah, we sure do. Tonight, a story of hope made possible by science, compassion, and your support. Ruby Thackeray was just a toddler when doctors discovered stage 4 cancer. But thanks to groundbreaking personalized treatment at Primary Children's Hospital, she's not just surviving, she's thriving. Her journey is a powerful reminder of why your donations during the Give-A-Thon matter. Give us a call while you watch her story.
When I really think about it, it makes me want to cry because she's just a miracle. So born with a tumor on her neck. Then she was in the NICU for a month and just wasn't sure what this tumor is. It would probably grow. Well, it turns out it didn't. It started to get smaller. When she was almost 2, it started to grow rapidly. She had a couple surgeries to get that removed. We thought all was well. So it was almost a year later. We were just doing a scan of her neck and they saw a little white dot in the bottom of the scan. She said, "I'm so sorry. Her lungs are full of tumors." And I was totally taken aback. It was stage 4 melanoma. Chances of survival are single digit, maybe. So we opted for, we're just gonna enjoy life and we'll see what happens. And I remember her oncologist saying, "You never know though. This is what's available now, but you never know."
After trying a few different treatments over the next couple of years, research caught up and doctors found a drug that Ruby's tumors responded to.
The tumors in her lungs had shrunk 90%, literally disappeared. And I just thought, I wish I could hug all of these scientists and researchers and doctors that make this all happen.
Ruby still has regular appointments at primaries for physical therapy and other checkups, but she doesn't mind it.
You kind of don't remember you're in the hospital because you just go and play and just have crafts and you're not really thinking about your appointment.
Ruby also keeps busy with sports.
I like to play soccer. I play goalie and then in the field.
When she plays goalie, she has this presence about her, and I am just beaming with pride just that she's standing there. She doesn't like it when I cry. The back of her jersey says Thackeray. Just that she's there, sometimes that just gets me, just watching her stand there being present on the field. And then she has these huge goals.
I want to go play college soccer, and then this is my retirement job. I'll be a child life specialist after that. I think the child life specialists at primaries they're so nice. They're awesome.
Although it's not a journey any parent would ever ask for, Ruby's parents have found a way to see the good that has come of it.
I now feel a deeper joy because I felt a deeper pain. But my husband and I have never felt that anger toward that diagnosis or this thing that could hurt my child, because there's been so much good that has come out of it.
Ruby's story is one of resilience and hope. She and her mom, Allie, join us now to share what life looks like today and what they've learned along the way. So thank you so much for both joining us here. It's so good to see your story. Ruby, when you think back to those hardest moments, is there something or someone that stands out to you that helped you in this journey?
So I first thought of my nurse, Paige. She's the one who would check you in and take all your vitals, and she was always the one who greeted me, so she was always fun to be around.
And was she the one every time?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah.
you really create a bond with her, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then she went to the other primary children's, but I loved having her.
That's amazing. Okay, and then Allie, you say you once prayed that you would just have your family together for Christmas. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so when Ruby was diagnosed, within a month or two, I found out I was pregnant with our 4th daughter.
Oh my goodness, okay.
And her diagnosis was not great. You know, the doctor never said you have this many months, which I'm so glad she never said that.
But you hear stage 4, and I can't even fathom as a parent what goes through your mind at that moment.
Time is short. Time is short. And then when they say you should bump up your Make-A-Wish trip, then it's just this is so real.
Yeah.
And that was really hard. So I haven't really demanded much of God, but I was like, please let my family be together for Christmas. So after that happened, our Annie was born a few months early. We were together for Christmas. And I was like, okay, whatever happens is going to happen. And the tumor stayed stable. And they stayed stable. And then this drug that we didn't even exist, wasn't available. This phase 1 drug for the mutation in her lungs became available. And within 2 months, the tumors basically melted away by 90%.
Wow. So you've lived this, you've walked the walk. So as people are watching your story, what would you like them to know about the experiences that you guys had with Primary Children's? What kind of difference did they make for your family?
Oh, I would say they make all the difference. I feel like she's alive and she's here because of them. It takes a village. It takes doctors, nurses, child life specialists, people who clean the hospital. It doesn't matter, top to bottom. All of those people make a difference, both for her actual physical care and the comfort and everything that was able to happen for her at the hospital and continues to as she gets checkups and things.
And we heard you say that you would love to be a child life specialist.
Yes.
That has to be because of your experience at
Yes,
Primary Children's.
Yeah, so they were always awesome. We would get there and I'd be like, can we go see the child life specialist? Because she always had the slime.
Oh,
which is my favorite.
The slime. Good old slime.
It was so fun. I love
that's amazing. And so what's life like every day for you now? You're a soccer player?
Yes, I play soccer and then I start swim team again tomorrow. And I do basketball in the winter, so I play a lot of sports, which is fun. And I don't really think about being a cancer survivor a lot. Well, actually I do, but like...
Yeah, right.
But
you get to be a normal
kid
too. Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming. It's great talking to you. So happy about all of the progress that they're making and how that impacted you guys. All right, let's check in with Mike. He's out on the plaza. Mike?
Yeah, Debbie, when I woke up this morning, my most favorite thing I was looking forward today was this. Me and Kingsley hanging out together. See, look at this. Just lays down. We started standing. Doesn't take long for him to go back down here. Yeah, it's relaxing. Oh, there you go. That's a good boy. All right, join us right now. We have Susan Daines, we have Lolly, we have Allison here as well. So all part of an incredible team here at Intermountain Therapy Animals. So you guys do some great things as you're at the hospital. Tell me a little bit about what these dogs and what they do as you make your way to primaries.
Yes, I will. We love going to primary. It's the most wonderful thing of my week. We go on Tuesday. The three of us go together, the Paw Patrol.
The Paw Patrol, that's what you're known as.
Yes, we're known as the Paw Patrol. And we go into, and in fact, it's amazing just to walk down the lobby of the hospital and people's faces change and they smile and they look happy and they're happy to see us. It's amazing.
I bet it's a 180. Lolly, tell me a little bit. Do you have an experience that you've seen when you brought the dog in and just seeing the difference in some of these kids as these dogs have been brought up and been able to be these therapy dogs and help them out?
I think most recently Macy sat on the lap of a young boy that was having stitches taken out of his head. He was a little frightened, a little nervous, and once Macy got on his lap, he was fine, and he sat very still for the nurses and caretakers. So that's just one of thousands of examples, and it's great.
It is. Allison, tell me, how important is the work that you guys do there, and how important are these dogs?
I think they're just not replaceable. I mean, it is so important. They make a difference not only to the patients, but the staff. I mean, they just bring a smile to everyone.
All right, so here they are. We got Macy in the front. We've got Kingsley in the back. In the middle, who is?
Silva.
Silva, okay. Silva didn't want to play with me a little bit earlier because there was a treat involved and I wasn't holding the treat. So, Silva, you okay? You good? I don't have a treat. Yeah, he's not even looking at me. He wants a treat. All right, Debbie Dini, let's head back into you.
Everybody loves a treat, right? We all respond best to that. You know, our social media pages have been full of great content about people who have been impacted by the hospital, so we wanted to show you some of those comments. Heidi Elsesser says that the doctors, nurses, and all of the staff could not have been more amazing at helping our daughter and as us as parents feel more comfortable during and after her heart procedure last year. Donating makes it possible to have amazing staff like our care team who watch over these children in need of love and compassion.
Lisa Weir said, "This hospital saved my son's life many years ago and in turn saved mine. I'm forever grateful." So send us your pictures and your stories about Primary Children's Hospital. You can use the hashtag KSL Kids.
Kevin, let's go to you in the phone bank. How are those phones doing? We want to see people calling in.
Yeah, we definitely do. Our volunteers are standing by. They're taking your phone calls. They're also able to take your donation online by going to kslkids.com. So it makes all the difference in the world. But when a child is rushed to the hospital after a serious accident, every second matters. And thanks to the Pediatric Trauma Center at Primary Children's, the help is always there. As you can see, the Level 1 Pediatric Trauma Center is equipped to provide the highest level of care, and that's what makes it so unique. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they are ready to treat even the most complex and life-threatening injuries. But That takes resources, equipment, training, and of course, support from people like you. And because of a child in crisis deserves nothing less than the best, we need it all to be ready in that critical moment when they enter the doors at Primary Children. So with your help, it's exactly what they'll get every day, any time of the day, any time of the night. Here are volunteers, and they're standing by ready to take that call. It is amazing what your donation does to help them, and every match right now is being matched by Sugar House Industries. We've got their volunteers who are here. I want to bring in a friend of mine who also has an incredible story. This is Troy Olson of the Les Olson Company. Troy, you and your family have been a part of this for decades now, and every year you help us with a photo contest that raises funds for the hospital. Why do you do it? Why is Les Olson involved with the hospital?
Kevin, it is such a special thing for us and our family, and it goes back 4 generations to Les and Reva, who helped start this with us at Primary Children's. And that weather calendar that you guys have got involved in with us has been such a great thing. But certainly our families had needs, but the community really has a lot of need, and Primary and KSL do so much for it. So we are going to keep doing what we're doing with you guys. Thank you so much.
You know what? The calendar is awesome. Folks send in their pictures, and we have a contest that people can vote and vote for their favorite, and the winners get published. We couldn't do that without Les Olson Company. Your generosity, your continued support, and I know you not only talk about your company and the families, but every employee, they all have a story. Everybody's been impacted by the hospital, which I love. But the donation, which we get to do today, is pretty cool too. There are donations of $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. You got a big check to present right now. Would you hold that thing up and tell us a little bit about it?
We do, and on behalf of all of the Les Olson IT team and employees, we are really honored to present this check to Primary Children's today.
Take a look. Let's come back to that check right now. You can see $32,000, $526.99, all thanks to your generous support of the calendar. Les Olson, thank you. Thank you to everybody. It's amazing what these donations and something as simple as a calendar can do. Lots of fun having out on the plaza. Let's head out there and see what they're doing right now.
All right, you know what we're doing? We got a band that's playing here, a really, really good band. You heard them throughout the evening, and get ready to turn up the volume here. We got Vicious Beat. They're taking over the plaza for us. You're so quiet right now, guys. I feel
Let's hear it.
I feel like you need to get busy here.
I know.
So, right? So we got Caleb Chapman's Sound House here. You guys have been rocking things all day long, and not just all day, but really for quite a while.
For quite a while, yeah. 27 years here in Utah, and these guys, not just the best musicians in Utah, but some of the very best in the entire world. As a matter of fact, some of these guys just got back from playing for 10,000 people last weekend in Puerto Vallarta.
Wow.
And they're a big deal, but you probably want to hear them, right? So
We want to hear them. The theme is Let's Celebrate, and what better way to celebrate than with Everybody Talks? Everybody's talking about the hospital right now and the difference we can make. Go for it.
I'm a sorry sucker, and this happens all the time. I found out that everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks. It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her. Then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. Take me to your last chair. Mama's always got a back chair when everybody talks. Hey honey, you could be my drug, you could be my new addiction. Too much could be an overdose, so the stress drugs make me itchy. Oh my mind should. Everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks too much. It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her. And then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. Take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a bad track when everybody talks back. I thought I'd live to see the day when everybody's words got in the way. Go! Hey, sugar, show me all your love. All you're giving me is fiction. Hey, sugar, what you gotta say? It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her. And then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. Take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks. Yeah. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Everybody talks, everybody talks back. It started with a whisper. That was when I kissed her.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Hear all that? Hear all the chat. Look at that. They're so busy. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
It was the band. It got them
It was
going.
the band. All right. Hey, we're raising money for the patients and the families at Intermountain Primary Children's Hospital. Hospital continues to be a vital resource for families all across the region, and the numbers from 2024 tell a powerful story of impact here. Last year, more than 54,500 patients were seen in the emergency room, each one receiving expert, compassionate care when it mattered most. There were over 18,600 inpatient visits with children receiving the specialized treatment and the support they needed to heal. And more than 19,000 surgeries were performed, from routine procedures to life-saving operations. Behind the scenes, hospitals' labs processed an incredible 4.7 million tests, providing fast, accurate results to guide the care. And none of it would be possible without the heart of the hospital, a dedicated team of 6,000 caregivers working around the clock, putting the child first and always. These numbers represent more than just data. They represent hope, healing, and the incredible difference your support makes every single day.
Yeah, the child first and always. It's been the motto for Primary Children's Hospital for more than a century. And although the goal has always remained the same, the hospital itself has changed over the years. Primary Children's was founded more than 100 years ago in 1922. It was first located on North Temple, and then in the 1940s, they began raising funds for a new building. Children were asked to donate a penny for each year of their age, and 10 cents purchased a brick. The LDS Church matched all donations, and many celebrities helped with the campaign. They'd have to pay a lot for those pennies by the inch. The fundraising method is still seen in the pennies by the inch campaign. In 1952, during a blizzard, patients were moved to the new location in the Avenues. In the 80s, construction began on a new location. And in 1990, almost 40 years after moving patients to the Avenues, patients were moved to the current location on the University of Utah campus. Then in 2020, Intermountain broke ground for Primary Children's Hospital, Larry H. and Gail Miller Family Campus in Lehigh. Look at that. It's a beautiful facility. It's opened its doors February 12th of this year and has made a great addition for so many people at the south end of our valley. And although the buildings and the physical locations have changed over the years, the goal has always been the same, as we said, to help kids. Debbie now is with someone who has made that mission her goal.
Yeah, she's one of the big helpers there, huh, Debbie?
That's for sure. We are joined now by Katie Welke, a lifelong advocate for children's health. She began as a nurse at Primary Children's Hospital 43 years ago and now serves as CEO and VP of Intermountain Children's Health. Katie has seen the Give-A-Thon through KSL, its impact firsthand, and she's here to share how your support is changing lives. Katie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
All right,
you.
I've been to that Lehigh location several times with my kids. It is absolutely stunning. All right, so you have seen the Give-A-Thon grow over the years. How have the donations helped Primary Children serve kids and families?
Oh, in so many ways. I mean, it helps us with new, exciting programs like opening the fetal center or the heart center and being able to provide absolutely cutting-edge technology and care to children like Henry and Lily and Ruby. I mean, you just see the children and the care that they give. And it helps bring all of the wraparound programs that make the experience of Primary Children special. child life, music therapy, art therapy. And they're the things that I think really change the experience for the kids and make them feel like the hospital's part of their life.
Well, and you hear everyone say that who's spent time there. It's like a community within that hospital and almost like an extended family. Talk a little bit about that new Lehigh campus. It's gorgeous. It's making a huge difference for families that are south end of the valley or Utah County or a little bit farther away.
Yes, and that's exactly who that was built to serve. We knew that we were seeing incredible population growth in Utah County and the south part of Salt Lake County. And traveling to the Salt Lake campus was a burden for families, and being able to create care closer to home was exactly what we were looking at. And now we're actually starting programs at the Miller campus and concentrating them there so that they're there for the entire community all up and down the Wasatch Front.
You talked a little bit about the art therapy, the play therapy, things like that. Talk a little bit about the Child First and Always and how this money that's donated helps families who otherwise possibly couldn't afford this care.
Yeah, it's the last thing we want parents to worry about is their hospital bill. They need to focus on making their kid healthy and making their family thrive. And so we have incredible support available for families, and much of the donations that we receive through the Give-A-Thon and through many other events goes to help people who have financial needs.
And every dollar counts.
Oh my gosh, yes. Every dollar counts. We were talking earlier.
Yes, yeah, tell us about that, because you worked on the phones years ago and you said it actually was really meaningful and powerful to listen to the reasons people donate.
Yes, and to hear people who are literally, they're donating for every grandchild, or they had a child who spent 5 days in the hospital, so they're giving $5 for each day. And it may be the last dollars they have in their savings account, but they wanted to make a difference for kids. So every dollar counts. We use every single penny, quarter, dime, dollar to help kids and families thrive and create a future. You hear about the hopes and dreams of these kids. These donations help those hopes and dreams become reality.
Katie, that's amazing. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all of your years serving our community.
It's been a privilege.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, let's check back in with Kevin. Kevin's over at the phones. Kevin, new donor.
Thanks a lot, Debbie. Katie is the best. And again, that history in the hospital and starting as a nurse and now administration, it's awesome. And it is all in the family. Every dollar counts. Every penny counts. And our volunteers are here standing by, ready to take your phone call. Get involved. Please, if you've been on the fence or you're waiting for an opportunity for a match, you've got one right now. In fact, our volunteers are waiting to go. Jack Erdley is matching every single donation. Call 801-575-5437. Your donations will come in. You can also scan the QR code and donate online. But as I mentioned, your $1 becomes $2, the 25 becomes 50, all because of our matching program that's going on right now. And we absolutely need your help to keep the critical care at the hospital happening. And it's all because of your generous donation. So please think about your story. Think about your family. Think about grandkids or neighbors, individuals that have been impacted by the hospital. You'd be hard to go too far until you find a story of someone who's received that life-saving care up at the hospital. So now's your chance to make a difference. We now have a new total, I believe, so we're going to head over to Mike and Deanie, who will give us the latest.
Yeah, Kevin, you believe correctly, because we do have a new total.
And we love rolling it out because it shows the generosity. So we're trying to double the reasons to celebrate. So, Mike, take the honors here.
All right, drum roll, please. Look at that.
Nice.
There we go, everyone. 328,741. Yeah, let's give it up. There you go.
Yes, and most of them are on the phone talking, so they can't give it up. They're taking care of business.
And if you don't know the impact of people actually seeing the stories, hearing what everyone is going through there, and then what that connection is, the difference is when we went on air about 2 minutes beforehand, it was pretty silent behind us. And then as soon as we got on, you start seeing the interviews, you start seeing these kids who are being impacted. All of a sudden, that's when you hear the chatter. It's great.
That's what it is all about. And so, as we finish today's theme, let's celebrate. Let's go back out to Debbie and Kevin on the plaza, where they are doing just that, having a party.
Sure nice out here, Kevin.
It's a beautiful day, perfect day to be out celebrating Primary Children's with an awesome band.
That's right. We have Caleb at Chapman's Soundhouse here. Caleb himself is here. And what should people know about your band?
Well, this is one of 20 different bands that we have at the Soundhouse. Soundhouse has been around for 27 years. Best musicians, best young musicians, not just in the country, but in the entire world. Downbeat Magazine raves about these guys. As a matter of fact, some of these musicians up here just got back from playing for 10,000 people in Puerto Vallarta last Saturday night. They get to hang out with celebrities, people like Steve Smith from Journey and Huey Lewis a few months ago. So it's really incredible what these kids do, and people just don't believe that they're all high school age musicians.
What are you going to play for us now?
Well, I think right now they're going to do our take on Bruno Mars, and this is Vicious Beat from the Sound House, so enjoy.
Awesome. Play us to break, guys.
Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing waiting for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, 'cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be clothing. Look you so, hey, I love this dance with you. Tell me, baby, please don't go away. And when I play, I never stay. To every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby, baby. Get away, darling, 'cause everything you had is true. You bought it all, so you better run away, baby.
Oh man, they sound good, don't they? Woo! Sound great. Hey, welcome back. It's good to see y'all. Listen, it's been over 100 years now that Primary Children's Hospital has been helping children, families, anyone connected with this hospital. It's been a beautiful thing. And Primary Children serves beyond Utah's borders. Sometimes we just think here, Salt Lake City and the state of Utah. It's not the case. Their reach extends across the Intermountain West, touching lives in Alaska, Nevada, Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana. Families from across a vast region turn to Primary Children's Hospital when their children need expert care. That is a service area of more than 400,000 square miles, nearly 10% of the entire United States. No matter how remote the community, they're committed to bringing world-class pediatric care closer to home. All right, so we got another donation. We appreciate all of you who are watching, who are calling, who are looking at that QR code on the corner of your screen, just donating automatically. We also enjoy giant checks. So when you got a giant check from Sugar House Industries here, you just say yes and you take it. So I got Mike here with me. And Mike, we appreciate the donation. What do you got for us?
Oh, we've got a good check for you tonight, Mike. We've got $5,000 that we're going to donate to the Primary Children's Hospital.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So appreciated. Why the donation for you? Why this big of a donation?
I love Primary Children's Hospital. I've got 5 active kids. Every single one of them has spent time at Primary Children's. It's such a great hospital. The experience is just second to none, and we just love to support them every year when we get the opportunity.
We were saying, we talk about it often, everyone has some sort of connection, whether it's personal like you, what, five of your kids, you said?
Yeah, all 5 of them have been there at one point or another. Nothing major, thankfully, but they've all spent time there.
And that's the beauty of it, too. Some of them are major, some of them are not as major. I had 2 kids who were there. One of them wasn't as major. The other one, I watched from the atrium there as the Life Flight helicopter made its way over and in there. And I'll tell you what, the way they reacted and what they did in the emergency room, those doctors, those nurses, it's miraculous what they do there.
It is.
And you've experienced that. Tell me, how long have you been making these donations?
We've been supporting this fundraiser for probably 25 years now.
25 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see you again next year, I'm sure, right?
Yes, you will.
All right. Let's head on over to Debbie right now. And Debbie, who do you have with you?
Oh, well, Mike, for one young man from Central Utah, that commitment has made all the difference. He's been a patient at Primary Children since he was just a baby, and his journey shows how expert care, no matter the distance, can change a life. Meet Henry.
Yeah, let me do like an approach volley or something, okay?
In a small town in central Utah, there's a young man who could have many reasons to give up, but instead, he's just getting started.
Whoa.
Henry's a cool kid. When he puts his mind to something, he really wants to get it done.
So, I mean, he's just full of life and energetic, and he is a bright light to anybody that he meets.
Henry Coulter's medical story reads like a medical miracle.
I guess I've never really had a regular time that I remember without, taking medications or visiting hospitals.
Life-flighted as a baby, he's survived kidney failure, sepsis, dialysis, and not 1, but 2 kidney transplants.
Like, if he would have been born when we were born, he wouldn't be alive. December of 2009, his kidney just kind of lost all the function, so he got on dialysis for a couple weeks, and then Matt donated his kidney.
If I wasn't a match, I don't know what I would have done. Because really,
I felt like I needed to give my kidney to him as much as he needed, you know.
A year ago, his health took a turn for the worse. Once again, he was put on dialysis and needed another kidney.
Feeling fine, just a little bit tired.
After an extensive search, a second donor was found. She was a stranger, but soon became his unexpected hero.
Monica, she is intense. Like, we instantly fell in love with her. And
she got on the phone with Henry and said something to the effect of, like, I hope that kidney is a good kidney because it's taken me to...
Let's see, through boot camp,
two boot camps, a police academy. It's ran marathons, and it's taken me around the world.
I met her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to live up to this.
I told Henry that I'm so happy that now he has a choice for some of these big life decisions.
Most kids his age worry about what happens after graduation. Henry, well, he's training for the World Transplant Games and studying to become a paramedic.
All right, let's get our airway bag and make sure it's ready to go. In his young life, he's had some pretty hard obstacles to get over, and that really built a lot of character in him, and instead of putting him down, it actually greatly motivated him.
In a world full of unexpected challenges, Henry Coulter is rising above it all, one determined step at a time.
I don't use my medical history or any of that as an excuse of why I'm not as good or... Whoa, cut that one out. You only live one life, so you better make it count.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. Well, joining us now, Henry and his parents, Matt and Elisa. Henry, this is an incredible story. And when we just saw that ambulance shot, your dad said, hey, at least you're riding in the front, not the back. All right, so Henry, you've been through quite a lot in your short life of 17 years. You've had 2 kidney transplants now. Talk about both of those. The first, which I know you don't remember.
Yeah, so the first one, I mean, I do remember a little bit of it, bits and pieces. Mainly hospital room ceilings.
Yeah, okay, because you were 2 years old, is that right?
Yes.
And this guy here was your donor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the second one was just last year. I had my first year anniversary on May 3rd. And I'll tell you what, it's been life-changing coming from dialysis.
How often were you doing dialysis leading up to that? I'm sure you knew for a while you needed another transplant, right?
Yes. So from 2023, we knew my kidney was failing, and then it finally gave out January of 2024. And I did dialysis all the way until May.
Oh, wow, that's a long time. Yeah. Okay, Mom, tell us, what was it like to watch him go through that and him just like thrive and be so strong and courageous?
Yeah, it was interesting because it felt kind of like a bad dream happening again because we'd seen it before. We knew what to expect, and we were looking forward to transplant so much because we had seen before, like just the day before, he just had no life. He was laying on the floor. He was sick, and it was hard to watch. And then the next day, the color and everything. It was just a life-changing event for just in all aspects. But yeah, so the same thing with Monica. Like the day before, he just felt, you could just tell he was not feeling well, and the next day he just got up, started walking. Just it was life and death, literally.
Yeah, and Matt, you donated your kidney all those years ago. I guess what was the journey been like for you as you've watched that impact on your son?
For me, it's been a lot. It's been very impactful. Since the moment I found out he would potentially need a kidney, I was 100% like, I want to donate if I match and everything. And then I donated, and I remember the second day after donation, they wheeled me down to his room because I was in the University of Utah and he was in primaries. And there's a picture of me, but I'm just sitting really in my wheelchair, just like barely surviving. And meanwhile, he's sitting up playing with trains, and his incision is like all from sternum to pubic bone, basically and mine's just this little tiny, but I'm like,
oh, and he's just thriving. Well, it's
he's
so
just
great.
like, yeah.
So great to talk to you guys, to meet you. Your story is incredible. This is what these donations do, is help families just like this. All right, let's head over to Deanie for a second.
Yeah, those stories tell exactly why we're here. Debbie, thank you. Hospitals usually aren't known for fun, but at Primary Children's Hospital, there's one special place where kids can just be kids again. The Forever Young Zone is a place where volunteers play, read books, do crafts, and provide breaks for parents. Whether a child's facing a long stay or just needs a break after treatment, the Forever Young Zone is a space where they can take a breath, play, and just feel normal for a little while. Every toy is cleaned after every session because keeping kids safe while they play is just as important as keeping them smiling. And guess what the most requested item in the Forever Young Zone is? Play-Doh. Who doesn't love Play-Doh? Followed by Hot Wheels, Legos, Barbies, and action figures. The Forever Zone really is a place for kids to forget their worries, even if it's just for a moment. And when you give, you help bring kids a place to smile, to play, and to feel like themselves again. And that's just one of the things you love about the hospital, that custom care to kids.
Well, they do everything they can there. That's the great thing. We talk about the doctors, nurses, all the medical attention they get, but there's also that kind of fun part, the place where they help them feel like a normal kid, right? You're dealing with some of these are life-threatening diseases, illnesses, whatever it is.
And yet they're happy.
They're happy, and they find joy in that, and that's unbelievable, and that's what they do at primaries.
And I love the fact that they're not just treating the kids, they're treating the families of the kids that are there. It's such a holistic approach to what goes on, and so it isn't just the patient. There's so many more sides that are connected, none of which can't be done without generous support. That's why we're here today.
And we have some big numbers that we've been able to pull in throughout the day and throughout this last hour. We're so proud of the work that the viewers have done to make these donations.
All right, so should we do it? Should
Let's
we do the big
do it.
reveal? All right, here we go.
Love watching the numbers.
Still going.
There you go, 358,462 or 26. We could get it to 62.
Yeah.
Do we get $40 back here?
We are going to keep taking donations online throughout the night. We will have a final total tonight at 10 o'clock, and hopefully you will still join us then and donate if you haven't already. It's going to be a great effort at the end, and we always walk away here feeling grateful for you and for the hospital.
We've had a chance to tell these stories and see these stories. It's been a blessing for us to be a part of this as well. Have a great night, everyone. You can still donate online. We'll see you back here tonight at 10 o'clock.